you have to spend an additional money to subscribe. And one of the benefits of our solution is also, which include our objective for this idea, is to launch an exclusive real estate search engine for property listing and advertisement and educational courses for real estate agents. We realize more people are having interest in real estate. So we decided to include these educational courses to be available on this solution. And to make this possible, we formed strategic relationship with some industry leaders, which I don't want to mention their name. And also, we have more of like a strategic partners also, who are like those people we got those big data from to know what the industry is, to know what is going up and what is coming down. And in order for us to be able to make our search engine to convert and engage, so that those who are the realtors can see what they are paying for, and those who are the house hunters can really get value for what they are making use of when they make use of our solution. So I don't know if you have any question for me, sir.
Thank you very much, Team One. Let's ask our judges if they have any question for you.
Okay. So I didn't quite pick up your name, but I don't see any financials attached to your presentation. What's the cost to serve, and what are your margins?
Actually, we have not really make money with this, but we just developed the solution, and we quite got quite few numbers of some traction, which is our last report snapshot. It indicated about 1,711 active users monthly with a little to no advertising, and with more real estate agents on board, with more onboarding these people like the estate agents or agency companies, we could do more and increase, which gives us a huge potential of accessing at least 1% from the market. And we intend to make money in terms of selling subscription as cheap as 5,000 naira per subscription. And also we monetize the solution in terms of like the search engine now is enhanced. It's enhanced with Google technologies. So if you make any queries on the platform and you got maybe a suggestion that suits what you are looking for, if you click on it, we earn a certain commission from Google, which also we have a revenue for advertisement, which if you can see my screen, you can see some ads running already on the platform, which relates to real estate. So if you click on it, we actually earn a certain amount of money. And also if you make a query with our engine, we also earn a certain amount of money. This is possible with a strategic relationship with Google, which enhance this technology.
Okay, so you can't go into direct numbers, but can you give a percentage? What percentage of your income will come from the service you're providing? What percentage of it will come from the back end in your relationship with Google?
Okay, we're looking for that. We're looking towards 30-70.
Okay, thank you.
So that means 30% from your subscribers and 70% from what you get from Google. Is that what you
Yes.
What you're saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. You get me right.
So in your current scope, I'm assuming that this is a pilot that you've done. What's the level of engagement? I heard you say you have 1,700 users, but what's the level of click-through on the site at the moment?
If time permits me, I don't know, maybe you'll be able to stand me open my analytics for you.
But just run through the numbers over a specific period to give us a sense.
We are under our last traffic is under 5,000. That is our last report.
And this is over how many days or weeks?
Sir?
You said 5,000.
Yes, our traffic is range under 5,000.
Daily.
For what period?
Sir?
What period?
That was from January to this moment because we started working on the project around that January.
Okay.
So do you have data? Do you have data to show granular breakdown like daily, by the hour, weekly? Because you just mentioned a 4 months period.
Let me quickly open my dashboard. We have an average of 1 minute spent on it. This report is the last 28 days. I don't know if you can see my screen, sir.
Yes, we can see your screen. This is just about within a month, 304 users, 299 users.
For last 28 days.
That's by a month. Yeah.
Yes, and these are how we acquire our user acquisition. We have more of those like coming directly and organic. We have organic social because we have a social media platform also. And also we have organic search, those who are using the queries from other platforms to come through the website. And very few referrals.
Okay.
And we have more of Nigerians leading, that is those who are the users, few of United States amongst other countries.
Does your market extend to these other countries, or they are looking for properties just in Nigeria?
For now, we are starting here in Nigeria, sir. Then before we can now extend to other countries, because our mission is to, our vision is to, one is to overcome barriers in the home search process, and secondly, reaching far across the continent also. But we are starting here in Nigeria, which our mission is creating the community, affordable housing for all, and to provide exclusive property listing and promotion at a lower price point. But we are starting here in Nigeria first.
So please help me understand the data you are showing us.
Yes, sir.
Are these realtors or end users?
This report is for the end users.
So, I mean, the focus of your presentation, by my understanding, should have been with the trade. Within this industry, how do you define your trade? Because the end users, in my opinion, should not be the trade.
Yeah, we also have a dashboard for those who happens to be like the realtors. We actually onboarded some real estate company who actually sign up on the platform. We have, like now we feature these are one of the top real estate company here in Lekki. This particular one called Usaking and Ayas Property are more of like the sponsor to us. Like this current office I'm using, I'm not paying for it. They offer us a free workspace. And FM Homes is currently based in UK. More of like we have strategic relationship with them also, which they offer us some benefit also. Same as Rotimi or Labanji. So we feature these people because they are more of like adding value to this project also. While we offer, while other onboarded real estate company we brought on board, we really don't feature those ones. But I wanted to show you their profile. So we have some onboarded other realtors.
Ezekiel, my worry here is you spend so much time showing us data and how your technology works, focusing on the end users. But honestly and truthfully, except I'm wrong, the focus of this presentation was meant to be on the trade. The industry you are focusing on, what makes up the trade? And I don't think it's the end users. It's most likely the realtors. This is what we wanted to see, to say, the technology you have, how does it deliver for the realtor to achieve their own business aim, with the end users. But what you have shown us for the major part of your presentation is showing us how end users, will take advantage of your platform to look for properties. Now, the trade are your realtors.
Yeah, if you can see this property for rent and these properties for sales, these are actually listed by the real estate company, what they have to offer for sales. What they have to offer for sales. Now, this system now is now giving them a lead to engage with. So if let's assume now I'm a potential client and I click on this property, I can actually engage with the company. Then that is directly, we don't do any middlemen, they communicate directly with the company. So I can actually engage, please, I'm interested in this property, I can actually send a query. So assuming I send a query, this goes to the company back end. The company is receiving, then the company is taking over.
How many realtors do you have on the platform?
We have a total of 15, and the unique ones are the 4 we featured on our main page.
For how long? The 15 for how long? How long have they been registered? How long have they signed up to your platform?
Since we created the platform, we told them about it, we presented to them, sent them a proposal to come on board, which it was recently, not quite long, we started this project. But actually, I have an IT firm which is registered, but this particular solution is not incorporated yet.
So I have a question for you, please.
Sir?
How do you plan to move the thing you have? Okay, sorry, someone else asking a question.
Yeah, so I'm just super curious because to the point that the other judges it's like nice to see how you were thinking about the business more from the side of the realtors. But just from a projection perspective, where do you reckon you need to be in terms of numbers for it to be something that makes meaningful sense to the realtors? Do you get my question?
Sorry, please, I can hardly hear you. Can you come again, please?
Okay, I said that we were looking to see how this, what this means for business, right, for the realtors. And right now, it will be crucial for you to maybe try and talk us through. Maybe you haven't figured it out or how to get there yet. But what are you looking at in terms of projection? Like, where do you need to be, say, in terms of active users for it to make sense to the realtors? Or how much realtors do you need to have on the platform for this to sort of look like something you're very confident you can scale?
Yeah, for okay, what we really want these solutions to solve is like more of all this, like now I'm more of relating to real estate companies. So I know the problems they are passing through, and most of them complain, my properties listed is not converting. I am not getting leads. Nobody's making an inquiry. So we want a kind of thing whereby these people will get leads from this solution that will convert. And also for other users who are the house hunter, we want to make sure that whatever they are searching for that is well tailored to their need. Not that you are searching for a particular properties and maybe they are showing you something else, or probably you keep on searching for house for like 3 months, you haven't found house. So this particular engine now is enhanced with Google. So it tailors to exactly what you are looking for. So at the end of the day, we really want the realtors to get a converting lead, and also we want to get them a potential client that will convert to a closed deal in order for them to be more encouraged to even subscribe on our platform, because it's giving them an engagement that converts to sales.
Okay, sorry, just the second bit here. When you think about this particular problem, and I'm speaking to this because of my own experience through this, you would find that usually the people who want to rent the apartments, or those who want to, the end users, the problem is not really searching or finding where a property is. I think the problem often happens when they get to the site and they start inspections and you see all sorts of surprises, right? So if you are thinking about connecting the problems that they have to a solution that the realtors can provide through your platform, I'm really trying to understand how much you thought about, like how much does searching and finding something solve the problem that the average, say, house searcher is really looking for?
That's more end user based as well.
Okay, all right. I don't think there's any other question for.
Sorry, I just want to try and recap a couple of points that I've jotted down with regards to your presentation. So I will talk to you based on the positives and the not positives for me. For the positives, I like the fact that your cost to serve, that's saying the cost of listing by these realtors, I mean, makes sense based on what I know with other such or similar platforms. That's good. I also like the area where you also said there's the possibility or the potential of offering educational courses that is relevant within this industry and maybe more especially for the realtors. What I've seen with platforms like yours, especially established existing ones, nothing of such, has shown up. Again, uh, the other side for me is that you need to go and look at very well. You've spent so much time talking to us today from the point of the end users, but not from the point of the trade. Um, that's not too good because the focus of all of this is saying, how do you use your platform with regards trade engagement? Your industry clearly identify the trade. How do you leverage technology to engage this trade in such a way that at the end of the day, we see a thriving, successful platform that can deliver within that aspect. You've not done well on that. Secondly, the originality of your idea, it's not there in reality. What you have just done is look at one or two or three existing of sort and try to improve on it. You should have, be that forward about it to say, okay, that's what you're trying to do. Then lastly, for me, like one of the jurors pointed out at the beginning, Tade, clearly you've not shown any credible, solid financials that will give us the confidence about one, the scalability of this, and the brilliance in terms of execution of this in the long term. So these are areas that you need to look at. Then lastly, you mentioned exclusive. I don't know what you mean by the exclusivity. That's very vague. There's no clarity. What do you mean by exclusivity? Food for thought. Yeah, that's all for me.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Team One. That will be all from us for now. We will be getting back in touch with you to let you know the next steps. All right. If you don't mind, you can leave the Zoom meeting now. Thank you.
Thank you, Vical.
Thank you, Ezekiel. Abi?
All right,
Yes.
sir.
Thank you, Ezekiel.
Okay, so we're moving on to the next team. We have team 2 here as well. I'm admitting them in now. Okay, hello team 2. Good afternoon. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Hello, Team 2.
Hello team 2. Okay, confirm that you can hear us. It looks like the team is not ready. Please, if you don't unmute and speak up, we might have to put you back in the waiting room to let other teams present. So please unmute your mic and confirm that you can hear us. Would be proceeding with the next team. Maybe when you're ready, we would continue with you. So we're moving to team 9. Okay, so it's already how. Okay. Hello, team 9. Good afternoon. Confirm you can hear us. Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
All right, good afternoon. How are you doing? Team 9. All right, you're welcome. Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. I think there's another of your teammates also on the call, but it looks like it is away. Are you the one that will be running us through your pitch, your presentation?
Hello, sir, I didn't get that, sir.
I said, are you the one that will be running us through the presentation?
And sir, our presentation is an idea. We have started building some part because it's made up of both hardware and software.
Did you get my question?
No, sir.
I said, are you the one that will be taking us through your pitch? Are you the one that is presenting? I see you have another teammate here on the group. But
no, I'll primarily be the one presenting, sir.
All right, that's good. All right, so good afternoon. Welcome to the pitch session for trade engagement focus area for MarkHack 1.0. On this call, we have our selection juries, Winston, Tade, and Abidemi here. You have 10 minutes for your presentation. The first 5 minutes will be for you to run us through your pitch deck, and the remaining part of your time will be for you to answer questions from the selection jury. So if you don't mind, share your screen with us now and then run us through your pitch deck. Your 10 minutes starts now. Good luck.
All right, so let me. Hello, are you there, sir?
We can hear you. Go right ahead.
All right, sir. Now, our idea is on digital trade engagement, require the building of applications that bring more people to the online space. Now, we believe it's difficult to create innovation in this digital era without being online. Now, what we have found out is that a lot of trade in Africa generally happen offline, mostly in the informal sector of the economy. Now, let's take, for instance, transportation. We take waste management, general retail in marketplaces and all that. Now, what's our goal? Our goal is to build digital products that will enable more Nigerians, give more Nigerians access to the digital space. Now, part of our products are based on the fact that they are already in the market. Let's say, for example, the POS terminals, but we have built terminals that are far cheaper than the basic available terminals. Now, we have also developed online wallets, a digital wallet made up of that can be accessible using physical cards, which means when you use the cards on the physical POS, the entire transaction happens online, and then the user gets his feedback. Now, the card is basically is a wallet, which means you hold your cash in your card. Now, the reason we are using wallets is because most Nigerians have this fear about dealing with going online because of the fear of sharing bank information with unknown people. Now, so what our system does is allows users to go online, create an account, upload their cards, and then use those cards to trade anywhere our POS terminals are installed. Now, because our POS terminals are quite cheap, now if you come to this page on my screen, this is a sample of the device in concept. Now, it's a simple device with keys there and an RF sensor pad. Now, what it requires here is when you make any trade, let's say I go to the market, sell items to a retailer, buy items from a retailer, and the cost of those items are maybe like 2,500 or 200 naira. All the retailer does with this device is enter the cost on the keypad there, and then when I swipe my card there, the funds are transferred from my wallet into the device owner's account. Now, we believe this is going to be a revolution for the digital space, because as technology improves, Africans should not be left behind because of the cost of these devices. A lot of businesses that run offline is primarily because of the cost of owning POS terminals, owning cash registers, and all that. Now, our solution makes it affordable for the common man and makes it ubiquitous so that it's almost available everywhere, as long as users can have our cards. Now, there are different places, because we own the proprietary rights in the design of this hardware. We have developed this hardware working with foreign engineering consultants. Now, because we have the proprietary rights of building this hardware, we can use this hardware in a lot of places. Now, for example, when you look at the Lagos State lag buses, they have transport meters installed in them. Now, most of those transport meters, in fact, practically all of them are imported. Now, the technology required to make them flexible for the Nigerian environment is still very much lacking in those hardware. Now, we have already built and tested one of these prototypes, a simple transport meter, easily affordable, and that has several smart features that are not in the present transport meters found in lag buses. Now, our goal is to be able to sell this to transport companies, allow them to make transactions online so that passengers who are boarding their buses can simply use their cards. Now, the security features we have added to this device makes it very unique and adds more to the innovation we have brought on board. Now, part of the smart features it has is tracking, GPS tracking, which means when you do an online transaction or when you use your card on these devices, it records both the amount of the transaction and where the transaction was done. Now, transportation has become very dicey in Nigeria, particularly because of the security issues. Now, by building devices like this, we are adding security to the Nigerian space while bringing a lot of people to also to the online space. Now, affecting transportation is one. Then using a POS terminal like the one I'm showing you on my screen now is another innovation. Now, because with this kind of device, we can leverage on normal traders and try to push our economy to be as cashless as possible. Because the fact that we can design these devices here and the fact that we can make them affordable for our people will give us an advantage in the market. Now, trade engagements, like I said earlier, cannot happen without bringing a lot of Nigerians to the online space. Now, there are studies that show that practically up to between 47 and 56% of the Nigerian economy is in the informal sector. Now, with devices like this made available by us, it will become very easy to transfer a lot of businesses from the offline space to the online space. Then trade engagements will be achieved. Now, on our cards, in the next page here, on our cards, you can see some numbers. Each card has a unique ID. Now, these numbers allow these cards to be identified online, which means as well as they can be used on physical devices offline, in the physical space, they can also operate online. Because with these unique IDs, we are also to ensure that trade can go online too. Normal commercial e-commerce trade can also go online using our cards. It's an innovation that we believe will take the Nigerian market by surprise and that will really add value and bring more Nigerians into the digital space. This system is easy to use because with your ATM card, you can recharge each of these wallets online based on the unique IDs of the cards. You just input the card numbers on your online accounts and you can load cash into the accounts and use them wherever our devices are installed. Now, these devices are cheap and our systems are scalable, which means with a single device, as long as it's functional, trade can go on for an infinite amount of time, meaning that it's not a device.
Did we lose him from our end or it's from his end? Hello? Hello? Yeah, I know. Just wondering why we can't hear him anymore. Can you hear me? It seems it might be having network issues.
9, are you there? Seems you stepped away from your device. Okay, now it's out. Okay, so let's wait for him to reconnect. So while the presentation was going on, while the presentation was going on, our fourth selection juror joined us, Raphael. So good to have you in here, Raphael. Good afternoon.
You wasn't even saying anything.
Please confirm that you can hear.
Hello, Raphael, can you hear us?
Hello?
Okay, let's just wait. Hi, Raphael.
Hello, good afternoon, sirs.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, I have to make. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Raphael.
I can hear you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, I
Yes,
can hear
we
you,
can hear
sir.
you, Raphael. And then we can hear you as well. Team 9.
Hi, I can hear you.
Okay, he's back.
Hello?
Okay, so team 9 is back. All right. Team 9, confirm that you can hear. We lost you for a while there.
Okay, so while we wait for him to come back on, hopefully he can hear us, even though we can't hear him at the moment. Thanks a lot for your presentation. I didn't get a name for your team. I think it might be useful for us to get names for each of the teams and who's presenting as well, so we know who we're addressing and we don't have to go through that process when we're engaging each team. Secondly, I think it's critical that we also try to keep everyone honest as far as time is concerned.
Yeah.
Both presentations so far have well exceeded the 10-minute allotted. Yeah, and we've not, as a function, been able to engage in terms of questions. So, okay, I see that you are back.
Yes, sir, I'm back, sir.
Okay, so sorry, I didn't get a name for your team or your name as well. My name is Sadi.
Hardware.
Okay.
Our team is team hardware, team 9.
Okay, hardware.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that explains quite a bit. Okay. Thanks a lot for the presentation. I think you've spent a significant amount of time talking to the concept and what you're trying to achieve in the marketplace. Again, I'm going to start where I stopped the last time. What's the cost to serve for this particular device? How does it compare with the existing devices? And how do you plan to, what are the benefits that you plan to sell to existing players in this market space that will make them want to invest in your device? I quite understand the operability in terms of how it engages with the consumer and the end users and the benefits that will have. But when you want to, if I were a player in the market space that has invested a significant amount in getting my current devices into the different geographies, and I have, say, 100,000 devices, what would you be telling me that will make me want to get rid of all that investment and pivot to yours?
Okay, now our device, like the one I showed you on the slide, from our design and every cost that with our cost evaluations, that will cost about 6,000 naira a unit. Now, 6,000 naira is about 3 times less than the price of the basic POS in the market.
So your cost from 30% of the existing costs out there.
Cost is one factor. Yes, we have done some research on the existing ones. The prices range from 18,000, 15,000 to around 40-something thousand naira per device. Now, our device, which you can see now, it has a lot of, it's been reduced to provide the basic wallet transfer functions required for transactions to happen online. Now, that has ensured that the price is able to drop to as much as 6,000 naira a unit.
Very clear.
Now, that is, now,
very
secondly,
clear. Sorry, I did interrupt you.
Secondly, our cards.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So these are grounds that you covered before. These are things that you've already told us.
Yes, these are things we have.
I'm just trying to get answers to the point we're raising. So your cost is one leg of it. One of the big issues with the whole POSM terminal and distribution in this part of the world is also powering them. Does your device have any unique features that will overcome this problem? And then before you answer that, I'm also interested to know, is it strictly just the hardware, or you have a software that can also work on the existing device that makes you an add-on to the existing platforms or the existing distribution of POS or POS machines around the country, or strictly a situation where you want us to swap the existing one with your device?
Now, our hardware makes up does about 40% of the entire functionality of our platform. Now, the hardware is just a device that allows you to bring transactions online. Now, the online platform is very vast, on which we are already working on it. We already have one that we have been using to test, but it's also extensive because we have developed several APIs that will enable developers from other platforms and other systems to simply integrate with our system. Now, that is going to create another mode of employment, because we are allowing people to innovate. We are bringing in
We seem to have lost you again. I don't know if you can hear me. Hello? Okay, so I assume the environment is becoming a factor in terms of your ability to communicate. For this, I don't know what you advise, Tim. For the sake of time, can we move, give feedback? Hopefully they'll be able to pick it up on the platform, and then we can move on to the next team.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Let's just take one last try with him here.
All right, sir.
So
So our software platform is very extensive, and we have developed a lot of APIs that will allow users and developers to integrate with our platform as soon as we launch. So that is going to create ample opportunities for developers. It's going to make the platform more versatile, because it's going to be able to interface with already existing systems that are already available. So,
Okay.
So we are banking on these advantages. We are banking on these innovations.
So what's the size of the pie that you're aiming for? And after I ask this, I'm going to leave the floor for the other jurors to also engage with you. From the point of view of size of pie, what do you see as the size of the market that you're targeting? Both in terms of value and in terms of volume. And when I say volume, I'm talking number of units. And how have you scaled this? Again, financials would have helped here. If you have a sheet on financials that you can put up and we can speak to, it would help. And then while you're answering that, I'll just leave the floor for the other jurors, my peers to also engage with you.
All right, sir. So one of our goals is to meet 10,000 units in circulation within the first year of launching. Now, how we intend to achieve that is we have built systems, and first of all, we recognize our market, which is the Nigerian, the individual. Now, our goal is to ensure that as long as we can sell the security our device brings into the space, and the security our device brings in normal into the commercial space, we think that will bring in customers. Now, with 10,000 devices in circulation, 1 million subscribers all over Nigeria, that's a very big market. I'm trying to open up I'm trying to show you, bring out the slide here to show you my numbers. Now with that, now 10,000 devices can circulate in a lot of states. If we are able to get a state to adopt our devices for their transport state transport systems and bring in individuals to also adopt our devices as mode of payments in their transport vehicles, that will bring so much into the market space. Now, in Lagos alone, there are more than 1 million commuters that move around Lagos daily. Now, of these 1 million commuters, less than 30% use the already existing digital platforms like Uber, the large buses, and all that. Now, there's still so much opportunity out there for other transport systems to come in. Now, first of all, we have private investors with several buses who are looking for means to invest in transportation bots and are looking for accountable systems to ensure that they reap the returns on their investments. Our systems are going to make sure that is possible. Now, by bringing in more organized systems into the transport space, we believe that a chunk of the transport industry, we can have a large part of that. Now, this market is very vast. And, okay, let me show you the slides now for my financials.
Okay, so while you're putting that up, I don't know if anyone else has questions for hardware.
So, Bidemi Raphael, questions from you.
Sorry, the screen sharing is disabled. Can you enable it, please?
Raphael and Abidemi, please, if you have questions, comments for Team 9.
Are we able to give him access to share?
You have access to share hardware.
It's telling me the host has disabled participant screen sharing. All right, okay, thank you. Now, this is part of the financials for our system. Now, our business model is based on simple 1.5% commission on each transaction using our card. Now, in Lagos State, for example, if we have 10,000 public transport vehicles in the first year, and an average of, we are going to have an average transportation cost, which is in Nigeria particularly, our average transportation cost is around 250 naira per trip, which is about $0.5 per trip. Now, when we take our 1.5%, that's going to give us an average of $0.0075 per trip for anyone who uses our cards. Now, let's assume that we have 1 million card users and an average of 60% are active daily. That'll give us about 600,000 users or 600,000 transactions per day, which might earn us about $13,500 daily out of our entire, from our entire customer base, $13,500 daily.
Clear. Okay, that's very clear. The chart is quite explanatory.
Yeah, so in a year, averagely, we could be looking at earnings running into about close to about $5 million yearly per transaction. I mean, per year. Now that is based on if we even collect $1 million in funding. By reinvesting most of these funds, we are going to be able to grow our business in an exponential rate. because from the data you can see here, if we run for 5 years, then by the end of the 5th year, we could be reaching up to $90 million in revenue every year.
All right, thank you very much, Adweb. I don't think we have any other question for you. Thank you very much for your presentation.
I have 1 or 2 comments here.
All right. Let's hear you, Mr. Winston.
So once again, thanks a lot, Adweb.
All right.
One, clearly you not successfully shown what's the difference between your wallet and existing wallets. I know a couple of banks, financial institutions already have wallets. What makes your wallets uniquely different? That will allow me today abandon the existing wallet or wallets that I use and come on to yours. Number 2, you also clearly are not sure how you'll be able to get 10,000 of your device into 10,000 outlets or 10,000 businesses that would use it. In the course of your presentation, you've dabbled between the general landscape and the transportation industry. Where is your focus? It looks like it's transport industry ultimately, but that has not come out too clear so far. Where is your focus? Where are you starting from? You cannot be everywhere. Do you understand, though? Then lastly for me,
yes, I get that.
Yeah, lastly for me, it was going to be centered around funding. But again, the flip side of it is that if you are able to show a proven, workable concept, the funding should not be difficult. Today, the question I ask myself, do you have a concept that is proving that either a Flutterwave or a Paystack or what's this guy's name? All of the big guys that they would be interested to say, okay, they want to buy you up. Are you convinced you have such a great concept? You haven't shown that clearly to me, and these are the areas where you really need to focus on. The distribution, how do you get 10,000 devices into 10,000 outlets or 10,000 businesses? What's unique about your wallet and your card that's going to make me switch? These are my comments and feedback.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. You can't respond to that. I think that's a take home for you, so that you can reflect on those questions and see how you can work on your pitch deck and your presentation for another opportunity. All right. Thank you very much, team Adweb. In the absence of any other question, kindly just exit the meeting so that we can have other teams pitch their deck.
So one of the things that I've not been able to do very strongly is even give us of the landscape. That's the starting point. What are we comparing with? What you're talking about, tell me today, these are the guys that currently play with this thing. I mean, yeah, sorry.
Okay, so we have team 2 in here now. Team 2, please confirm that you can hear us.
Hello, good afternoon, sirs. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, all right. Welcome to the pitch session for MarkHack 1.0 trade engagement focus area. We have our selection jurors here on the call. We have Mr. Winston, Mr. Tade, and Mr. Raphael, and Mr. Abidemi. All 4 of them are here on the call as well. You have 10 minutes for your presentation. The first 5 minutes will be for you to run us through your pitch deck, and the remaining 5 minutes will be for your for questions, for you to answer questions from the selection jurors. So you have 10 minutes. Please share your screen. Your 10 minutes starts now. Thank you.
If you are doing more things, can we have more sheets? One, two.
Okay, sir.
So do you prefer the word, Jola?
Idowu is better, sir. That's my first name.
Excellent. So you have the floor. Please put up your presentation. We're listening.
Okay, sir.
True.
I'm connecting my pitch, sir.
All right. Let us know when you're ready to start.
All right, sir.
Let's stop.
Okay, we are waiting. No.
Okay, I'm connecting, sir.
Please note that you have 8 minutes left.
Okay. Or can I just run through though I'm trying to connect it online. I'm hosting
It's
it on
perfectly
my
fine if you want to speak through while you get your documents up. If you're comfortable speaking
right.
through it,
Okay.
and if we have any questions, you can put up the relevant page when it's time.
Okay, sir. The name of our business, because on the team I have, my name is Idowu Deola Ogbaru, and I have Sunday Damilola Victoria part of the team. And the name of the business is Deaddown Ventures. Deaddown Ventures was established in year 2020 and was registered as and the business name was registered in year 2021. And Deaddown Ventures is into cultivation and the processing of cassava into gari. Our business address is located in Lagos, while our farm is in Ogun State, Ijebu-Itele, LCDA precisely. So in Deaddown Ventures, we are particular about getting food availability to the community in a subsidized rate, and making sure that hunger is being reduced to the barest minimum, and making sure that we contribute our quota to the supply of agricultural products to the economy. Our vision is to be one of the top 50 gari producers in southwest of Nigeria. And our mission, which is getting the supply of gari to first of all our immediate community in great quantity, and we achieve this through our mission statement by making sure that our productivity is being enhanced and there is expansion in our business. Now, going through our business, we are working on parts of land, which is our farmland, and that 2 acres of land, we're planning on doing our planting. In year 2020, we started the planting process, and due to the invasion of Fulani herdsmen in year 2021, we couldn't access the farm. We couldn't go to farm, though we have done the planting, but because of security of lives, we couldn't access the farm. So the cassava stem, the TME 419 series that we planted, and the corn that we planted at that period were outgrown by weed for that number of months that we couldn't access the farm. So when we later got to the farm after the instruction of the village head that we can continue our operation, we discovered that those things cannot be continued, so we have to do a replanting. Now, going by our business plan, taking you through our financials, our total startup capital estimated is 2,738,112 naira, out of which our pre-operating expenses is 1,457,346 naira. And the next figure is our startup stock, which amounted to 330 naira, 666 naira. So in total, we have 2,738,012 naira. Now, our financial indicators, our number of months projected is 36 months, which is 3 years. So in 3 years, we have estimated that we will have a total turnover of 6,438,012 naira, out of which our total gross profit will be 3,700,000 naira. So we estimated that out of our total gross profit, we are going to pay tax, which is 7.5% of that amount, and 7.5% of that amount is 277,500 naira. So what it will amounted to is our total net profit. So our total net profit is going to be 3,422,500 naira. So with this figure, we have estimated that in 3 years, which is 36 months, once we are starting up our business, total startup capital estimated with 2,738,012 naira. At the end of the 3 months, we are going to get a total net profit of 3,422,500 naira, which means our total turnover at the end of 36 months will be 6,438,012 naira. Now, our sources of fund, personal fund / equity, we are having 821,403.6.
Can you leave financials for now? Let's talk about the business idea and how you are going to execute.
Okay. The business idea is about making food supply to first of all our community, as far as
in a subsidized rate. We get all of that. How? Show us how.
Okay. For instance, 50 kilogram of gari, that's a sack of gari. We are looking at getting it across to the community in an amount of thereabout, let's say we are giving to the community 12,000 naira for a sack.
What are you doing differently from the people that are selling higher today?
Okay, what we are doing differently is that we are going to give them payment and flexibility. Payment flexibility in the sense that someone who, for instance, local market people, sellers, who want to buy, let's say they are taking up.
Will have a credit facility.
Exactly, credit facility, payment flexibility in terms of paying maybe 50% of what they are, taking off from us, and also giving them the opportunity to probably in return, probably getting something like an advance opportunity from them, advance payment opportunity from them. For those of them who probably will want to maybe do something like an investment, but for some of them, they want something that, oh, they want to invest in the business. Probably they are giving us an amount of money to give them a particular.
Very clear. So you're looking at empowering the community by providing them with cheaper products and giving payment options.
Yes, sir. Payment options.
Okay.
Then
So
giving
how are you supposed to fund the difference between your own? Is your product cheaper? And if it is cheaper, why is it cheaper? Is there something within the value chain of Gary production that you have changed that you feel will give us that advantage to get the product cheaper to the community?
Okay, sir. To that effect, what we are planning on is we are trying to get the TME 419, which is the cassava stem we use for planting.
The strain you are using.
Sir?
The cassava strain you want to use.
Yes.
Okay, is that cassava strain unique to you? Did you create it yourself, or is in the marketplace for everyone else to access?
No, the cassava stem is the one we use for planting. So
I
what
know.
we are trying.
You are saying that the stem that you have is 419 and P9U, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Those stems, are they something you created yourself? Or is it something that I can walk into Firo and get?
No, initially we bought it. That's
okay,
for
you
the
bought
initial. Yes, because they sell it, farmers sell it after they have done harvesting. So we bought those things. So it is after we do our own planting and then we have harvested. Those ones that we
you'll
get.
Be able to do this, you'll be able to do this for service to the community.
Exactly, sir.
Okay.
So we
Thanks
bought.
a lot. So I'm just trying, because I know that we're tied up for time. I'm just trying to get as much of the information as possible based on what you have presented. So if I hear you correctly, the margin that you'll be able to get after a year of providing this facility and paying off the cost of fund at 7% is about 40%, right?
It's about 40%, yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay. So when you say, what is the community that you're targeting today? What's your target market? What's the size of that market? Do you have an idea of how much the total business of Gary is in the southeast or southwest today?
Southwest today. Okay, you mean the total figure?
Yes, total figure for Gary business, monthly or annually. Do you have any of those information?
Monthly or annually? No, for now, sir, because the information.
Okay, so the other way to ask this question, if you could, maybe you could have that answer is today, from anywhere, from Ibadan down to Ogun State, from Oyo down to Ogun State.
Yes, sir.
Today, do you have an idea how much it costs to take Gary from Ibadan, from Ogun State down to Lagos? Do you have an idea how much it costs?
Yes, sir. From where, sir?
Either from Oyo State or from Ogun State. How much does it cost to take Gary from these places down to Lagos?
Okay. Then averagely on a sack, which is 50 kilogram, taking Gary from, let's say we are taking it from Ogun State to Lagos State. Averagely per sack doesn't cost more than in the average
this number you're about to give us, 1,000 something, about this 1.5 you're about to say. Do you have it anywhere in your proposal?
It's in my business plan.
Okay. So you're saying that if we produce our Gary and we add the 1,005 and get it to Lagos, we will still be cheaper than all the other Gary that is being done through the same route today.
Sir, I didn't get the last one, sir.
Will we be cheaper than all the other players that bring Gary into the market when we add that 1.5 to our cost?
Yes, sir. And at the same time, there's a negotiation with the transport sector saying, oh, we want to have a continued patronage with you. So this is not what is going to be a one-off thing. It's going to be a continuous. So we are negotiating on even getting the cost of transportation from, to the destination from anywhere we are taking the product to. We are even trying to review it down. So we are trying to negotiate with the transportation. At least we have like 3 of them. So we are negotiating on, the one that's going to give us a
good cost.
Yes, cost effective. And
when do we plan to hit the market with this our structure?
Yes, as soon as though other things have been put in place. I have the startup stock is available. The pre-operating expenses is in the pipeline is running. So what I'm actually working on is the initial operating expenses, which is also what I'm still working on. So once we have that, we can hit the ground rolling. All other things are in place, sir.
Okay, so if you get that startup funding and support, when will your first round of products hit the markets?
Market in the next 7 months.
Okay. Thank you very much, Edo. I don't know if anyone else has questions for
Abidemi and Raphael, please, questions for Edo.
No questions from here. I think I'm fine. Thank you.
Raphael?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I think my question would be, why would I choose you and not other players or your competitors? What is it? It hasn't really come out strongly to me. What is it that make me choose to buy from you, instead of competition? What is that unique thing you're offering?
Okay. The unique thing is that we are getting the availability of Gary, high quality Gary at a subsidized rate. Not we are not jeopardizing the quality of the Gary we are supplying, but we are making sure that we get the availability of Gary to the immediate community, that's making it available in our community, and at the same time extending it to other community. But we always make sure that we keep our quality instant. As a matter of fact, we're trying to work on increasing the quality of our Gary. And for instance, we have several types of Gary in the market. And our own, we are making sure that there is a high level of longevity of the products we are producing. So it's going to be something that's going to last for a long time. And it's something that can also be packaged and be supplied to supermarket and can stay for a longer period of time, not on a very high cost, but on a subsidized rate. So we always make sure that we keep the level in our quality intact.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ido. I don't know if he's been able to answer your question, Raphael. All right, thank you very much, Ido and team. I'll hand you over to the coordinating group for MarkHack.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Team 2. Thank you for your presentation. That will be all for now. You can leave the room.
I actually want to make an apology concerning I have the pitch decks. I don't know. How can I get it across to you?
So the team will chat with you to send you details of
yes,
how you can get that across to them.
Yeah, we'll be in touch with you on that. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for staying through from beginning to the end, our selection jurors. We do not have any other team to pitch for this particular focus area. I think we've exhausted all the teams that are ready and available to pitch. And I think on that note, we have come to the end of this pitch session. Thank you for your time and thank you for helping us look through. Raphael and Abidemi, please help us fill the scoring sheet that you have, that we've shared with you. And of course, we'll be looking out to see the results eventually. We've come to the end of this session. Thank you very much, and have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you, team. Very well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.